The punk rock explosion in late 1970s gave rise to various misfit music lovers who disliked the conventional rock music of the time.
Among the most influential bands came from the UK and the USA, with the likes of the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, and the Clash, to name a few.
San Francisco's East Bay area punk scene likewise exploded as the punk rock scene spread like wildfire. This is a video of how a Filipino helped shape the rise of punk in San Francisco, USA, through one of the most iconic venues in East Bay's punk rock history, Mabuhay Gardens, a Filipino-owned nightclub in San Francisco that became the beating heart of East Bay punk.
This is the story of how Ness Aquino, a Filipino-American entrepreneur, and a community of musicians and promoters helped shape the punk scene that exploded across the Bay Area in the late 1970s and early 1980s.
Before Mabuhay Gardens was the go-to punk venue, it was a Filipino restaurant nightclub in San Francisco's North Beach district, owned by Ness Aquino. Nabbed from the Filipino word meaning welcome or long live, Mabuhay Gardens was a cultural hub for the Filipino community, showcasing local Filipino celebrities like Eddie Mesa, the Elvis Presley of the Philippines, and singer-actress Amapola. By the mid-1970s, Mabuhay Gardens was struggling to attract audiences. That's when Jerry Paulson, editor of a punk scene called Cyclone, saw an opportunity. He approached Ness Aquino with an idea. Why not book some punk rock bands on the slow weeknights? Jerry started booking punk bands on Monday and Tuesday nights. At first, few people showed up. There were more musicians than fans. But it caught fire fast, fueled by word of mouth in a pre-internet era. Ness Aquino was open-minded and supportive. He welcomed this new wave of music, giving the punk community a home. Soon after, Dirk Dirksen, a charismatic and abrasive MC known as the Pope of Punk, took over bookings. Under his guidance, Mabuhay Gardens became a whirlwind of energy. 2 shows every night, 7 nights a week. This relentless schedule gave an incredible number of local punk bands a chance to take the stage. Dirksen was known for his sarcastic remarks and provocative MC style, which amped up the crowd's energy.
But more than that, he established international connections, bringing UK punk bands like The Damned to the US, helping East Bay bands connect with the broader punk movement. Mabuhay Gardens became the launchpad for East Bay legends like the Dead Kennedys, the Avengers, Crime, and the Street Punks.
These bands found their voice and audience on the Mabuhay stage. Dead Kennedys' first live show happened here on July 19, 1978, and the Avengers played notable early gigs in 1978 as well. The venue helped bands evolve from underground obscurity to punk icons, bridging scenes from San Francisco to Oakland and beyond. Ness Aquino wasn't a promoter or a band manager. He was the owner who provided the space, backed the shows, and believed in the power of community and culture. His open-mindedness helped transform Mabuhay Gardens from a Filipino nightclub into a world-famous punk venue. Aquino's support was vital during a time when punk was raw, new, and often misunderstood. Without his willingness to support this new music scene, Bay Area punk history might have looked very different. Though Mabuhay Gardens closed in 1987, its legacy endures. It was the crucible for the East Bay punk explosion, mixing Filipino culture, counterculture rebellion, and unstoppable music energy. It was a playground where rebels, outsiders, and artists found a home and a voice. Today, a new generation honors the venue's history, striving to revive the spirit of the Fab Mab and the multicultural community that fueled its legendary status. Mabuhay Gardens may have been a small club, but it opened the doors for the entire East Bay punk scene, powered by a Filipino-American visionary and a community that made sure punk rock would live on. Thanks for watching! If you're fascinated by the roots of punk and the unexpected stories behind great music movements, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon for more.